Warning. This story might change the way you see wealth forever. Once upon a time there was a boy who grew up in a very wealthy family. One day his father decided to take him on a special trip to show him how others lived who were less fortunate. His father wanted him to appreciate everything he'd been given in life. They arrived at a farm where a very poor family lived. For several days they worked alongside the family, helping with chores, tending the land, and sharing meals. On their way back, the father asked his son if he had enjoyed the trip and learned anything. The boy replied, "It was fantastic. That family is so lucky." His father, puzzled, asked what he meant. "Well," the boy said, "we only have one dog, but they have 4. They have chickens, too. We have 4 people in our home, but they have 12. They have so many people to play with. We have a pool, but they have a river that's endless. We have lanterns, but they have the stars to light up their night. We have a patio, but they have the whole horizon to enjoy. We go to the grocery store, but they grow their own food. We have a high fence for protection, but their friends protect them." The father was speechless. Finally, the boy added, "Thank you for showing me how rich people live. They're so lucky." The moral of the story: true wealth and happiness aren't measured by material belongings. Being surrounded by loved ones, enjoying nature, and having freedom are far more valuable. A rich life means different things to different people. What's important to you? If you have that, consider yourself truly wealthy. The farm was bustling with activity. The family woke up at dawn to tend to the animals and the crops. The children fed the chickens and collected fresh eggs every morning. They cooked meals together using ingredients they had grown themselves. Every meal was a celebration of their hard work and togetherness. The boy reflected on how different their life was from his own. He saw the joy in the children's eyes as they played in the open fields. In the evenings they sang songs around a campfire, their laughter echoing into the night. Under the vast, starry sky, the boy felt a sense of peace he had never known. He realized that true wealth was not in the things he owned, but in the experiences and connections he made. As they waved goodbye to the family, the boy felt a deep gratitude for the lessons he had learned. On the drive home, he promised himself to cherish the simple joys in life. He knew now that true riches were found in love, community, and the beauty of the world around him. And that realization made him feel richer than ever before.
Hundreds of years ago, in a small, charming town in Italy, there lived a kind merchant with a beautiful daughter named Isabella. Unfortunately, the merchant owed a hefty sum to a greedy usurer. This usurer, fascinated by Isabella's beauty, proposed a nasty deal. He would forgive the debt if he could marry her. Naturally, the father and daughter were repulsed. The usurer then suggested a gamble. He'd place 2 pebbles in a bag, one white, one black. If she picked the white pebble, the debt would be forgiven with no marriage. But if she picked the black, she'd have to marry him. They had no choice but to agree. As they gathered in the garden, Isabella noticed something. Both pebbles in the bag were black. She had 3 options: refuse to pick, expose the deceit, or sacrifice herself. But she did something brilliant. She picked a pebble and accidentally dropped it among the others. She then calmly suggested, "Check the remaining pebble to see what I picked." The remaining pebble was black, revealing the usurer's trick without exposing her. With no choice, he had to act as if she picked the white pebble, forgiving her father's debt and abandoning the marriage plan. The lesson? Think outside the box and never accept the options given if they don't work for you. There's always a creative way out. Isabella's cleverness not only saved her father, but also taught the entire town a valuable lesson. Stories of her wit spread far and wide, inspiring many to think creatively in the face of adversity. And so, the tale of Isabella, the clever merchant's daughter, became a legend in the charming town of Italy. A reminder that sometimes the best solutions come from the most unexpected places. They thought it was the end, but he turned it into his greatest comeback. One day, a farmer's donkey fell down into a well. The animal cried piteously for hours as the farmer tried to figure out what to do. Finally, he decided the animal was old, and the well needed to be covered up anyway. It just wasn't worth it to retrieve the donkey. He invited all of his neighbors to come over and help him. They all grabbed a shovel and began to shovel dirt into the well. At first, the donkey realized what was happening and cried horribly. Then, to everyone's amazement, he quieted down. A few shovel loads later, the farmer finally looked down the well. He was astonished at what he saw. With each shovel of dirt that hit his back, the donkey was doing something amazing. He would shake it off and take a step up. As the farmer's neighbors continued to shovel dirt on top of the animal, he would shake it off and take a step up. Pretty soon, everyone was amazed as the donkey stepped up over the edge of the well and happily trotted off. Moral of the story: life is going to shovel dirt on you, all kinds of dirt. The trick to getting out of the well is to shake it off and take a step up. Each of our troubles is a stepping stone. We can get out of the deepest wells just by not stopping, never giving up. Shake it off and take a step up.